Hi there, listener. You're about to experience TADPOG. Tyler and Dave play old games, and there will be plenty of game talk, but also copious amounts of crude, off-color, offensive, and immature speech. So if you are of a rather sensitive humor constitution, we're just letting you know what you're in for with this show. It has games. It has jokes. You know, just games and jokes. Take the games, take the jokes, and have a good time.
Hello, Internet, and welcome to another TADPOG podcast. It's a show where we get together twice a week. Sometimes just us, sometimes just two old guys. Sometimes two old guys, and we bring in a rather wizened sage to help us talk about things.
Whose mic we should have tested before we started this?
Yeah, all of our mics we should have tested before we started this. We look good so far.
All right, good.
And it's still okay?
Yeah, we're all
All right,
good.
good. You know, it would be really
Thank you for
funny.
that live troubleshooting. You guys really.
What would have been really funny is what's going to be hilarious is when we finish this episode and realize that it's unlistenable audio quality.
Threw Tyler's mic on his laptop again.
We're good. It says USB. I checked that before I recorded that stinger.
Not to say anything bad about the episode specifically, but I pushed through it hard because, man, that was
Artie Lightfoot.
Artie Lightfoot.
Yeah.
No, it was a good episode, but
I know.
it was tough. But, you know, only the true fans.
That's right.
You just gotta,
That's a badge of honor.
Suck
If
it
you've
up.
listened all the way through Artie Lightfoot.
Or if you listen to the other podcast Dave and I have been on. No, it's obscure now. I don't even know how you'd find it because we're each on that one episode of Alan Applegate's podcast. So the hardcore fans have heard those episodes
Yeah,
too.
you're right.
Yeah, but let's see. This week, we're going to talk about Stargate.
Yeah. Stargate. You seem super excited.
I don't know anything about Stargate, like whatsoever.
What?
I know it's a gate.
Have you been
somewhere.
lying to me all
What?
these years? Have you been lying to me?
I've seen the Goonies and I love Stargate.
You've got all these Stargate posters up at the annex. You're dressed like a pharaoh
I
right
dress
now.
like Kurt Russell everywhere I go.
That's pretty easy to do, to be fair.
But we brought on the Stargate expert, rather wisdom sage Ian. Welcome back.
Good to be here. I claimed like 10 minutes ago to be an expert. I'm going to step that back a little bit and just say,
Throw your shields up.
I've seen a shitload of, I've seen all the shows and I've seen the movie, but I had terrible recall. Phil, I've mentioned this to you, Dave. Phil's, when he was on recently, he mentioned that his wife consumes TV shows and loves to watch, but rarely retains, and so she's entertained again that's me. I could watch an entire series all the way through and then forget stuff.
it.
But the good news is I could watch it again and still be entertained by it.
No.
So, but I know enough about Stargate to be dangerous. I even brought a quiz for later. So
Look, yeah.
Well,
That Dave and I will fail your master level Stargate quiz.
I also know nothing about
I tried to take that into consideration. So maybe it won't be so bad.
Usually when you say we got an expert on the show, it's a joke. But I feel
now we
like
do.
now we do. I mean, and Chris Edler clearly wasn't an expert on pinball.
No.
I think everybody noticed that he had no idea what he was talking about.
He was phoning that one in.
So we got a package.
We got a
It
package.
came directly to my house.
What?
I was not expecting
Was that
it.
spooky? Was that spooky for you?
I was like, who is it? Then I saw it. It is from Oathbreaker Blake Woods.
Ah.
So I picked it up and I shook it.
Uh-huh.
And it sounds, I thought, like, did he just send us, like, because I told him, I was like, did you send us, like, one of those giant print Bibles? Is that what you
I think I know what
wanted
this
to send
is.
us?
I think I know what it is. I hope it's what I think it is. Have you opened it yet?
No.
Oh, sweet.
Looks like it's going to be a pamphlet. With this, the paper keeps coming off.
Tell us
Okay,
what
well,
it is.
this one's for
Oh.
me, I guess.
Yeah, that one's for you, and I'll take the other one.
Oh, that is awesome.
Blake has, because I know he's gotten very into woodworking. So it looks like he mentioned he was into wood burning recently. So for me, I believe this one's they don't have our names on them or anything.
I think it's probably obvious.
That one's for you, I know for sure, because he asked me what you would like. And we were talking about Earthbound and stuff. And he's like, yeah, but I feel like that's too obvious. And I was like, well, I got an idea that's not so obvious that I think Tyler will love.
That's Charisma Carpenter. He sent me, it's a wood burned, very amazingly well done of Charisma Carpenter's Playboy cover.
That is crazy detail on that.
It's really
thing.
good.
That is awesome.
It's awesome.
That's beautiful work.
I don't think I've ever seen you love something more than right now.
Now I just see the beer sign. I can build a whole lifestyle around this.
For the people who can't see, he has not stopped staring at it. He took
Can't
it out
stop.
He
Well,
Won't stop.
tossed the other one over today.
Because
Here
you were
go.
talking about Office Space earlier, so then it was like, hey man, you see this wood burn thing, man? Look, she's covering up one of her titties here.
Man,
she's burning the wood, man.
The scroll work on that's done by a pro.
I can come all over that and just wipe it off. No, it's not like the magazine.
Yeah, what viscosity varnish you use on that thing out there? Is that some Dutch oil or something? That looks real nice, real nice.
And I got a Deadpool,
Yeah.
which is awesome because the detail on this is crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, even the little like the wrinkles
I know.
between the eyebrows are there. That
I
is
know. It's nuts.
really nice.
How you so good, Blake?
How?
How you so good? Thank you very much. I wasn't expecting one. I was excited to see you open that.
Yeah.
I've been waiting a long time for this to happen. I'm glad that you decided to do it on
good,
the show.
yeah.
Sweet.
Well, anything just a TADPOG, I'm gonna open on the show. Even if it's just random wood burnings that are awesome.
That is nice.
Did you bring more Red's Donuts?
No.
Why not?
Sadly. Are you like Elaine who needs the cake fixed at the end of the day?
Yeah.
Like, did you bring any donuts, man?
I have a question for you.
Uh-huh.
Did you truncate silence the last show?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I thought you did, and I'm sure you did for Darkwing Duck as well.
No, I don't think you did for Darkwing Duck.
Really? Are there
'cause
just big gaps
I feel
in
like
it?
there was some pretty big gaps in it, but I thought it was for
Well, the
purpose.
reason I ask is because I'm curious if our eating noises are like barely audible.
they're barely
That's
audible.
probably
And causing it to not
truncated
truncate
silence,
up.
that's what happened.
Because I got a message from the Experience Grind podcast where it was like, I thought that my podcast had stopped playing when you guys were eating
I did
chicken
too.
on Darkwing Duck.
That's weird that you say that. 'Cause I thought the same thing.
Yeah.
I was in the car and I picked up my iPod to look because I thought, did it go off? It was really
We're
quiet.
just eating chicken in silence while the internet just waits for us to finish.
They're eating.
I mean, a lot of times, like Dave just comes over and we both just like look at each other, and he'll hand me chicken. We'll just sit there and
That's true.
just eat chicken in silence.
And we record it.
We're not watching anything. We're not looking at it. We're just like staring in the middle distance and eating chicken in silence.
We're like a D&D monster. We just speak through the magic of chicken. When we both eat chicken, we can communicate telepathically.
And I guess because I was hoping to surprise you guys today, but I wasn't able to, and it's going to take such a long time that I figured I'll go ahead and talk about it.
Okay.
But I noticed a few weeks ago, the bed I have set up here in the annex, and then I'll usually keep my laptop on a TV tray, and then have the mouse beside me and click around.
Yeah,
and
right
do
behind all
whatever.
your Stargate posters.
Yep.
Right.
behind the replica Stargates that I.
Yeah, the papier-mâché.
That's how I dive into bed as I turn on the lights and
jump
I
to the
jump into the Stargate
He's carved them.
into my bed.
He's carved them loving.
I'm coming, James Spader!
out of wood.
And I noticed it was because really what alerted me was it was harder and harder to pull up tabs of porn to jerk off to, because I was just like, I was squinting and leaning forward like, this sucks, and you can't put the laptop in your lap and jerk it. You have to have it to the side.
Jerking off does make you go blind.
So I finally went to the eye doctor for I've only been twice. The first time was when I was on my parents' insurance, and they were like, go. And I went, and the doctor was like, you have a slight astigmatism that might get worse as you get older, but everything's fine. So then I went again today, and astigmatism has gotten a lot worse.
Really?
So in 10 days, I will have my own pair of glasses.
Nice. Now, who will be the bespectacled host?
I know. You're encroaching on some territory, motherfucker. I think you better check yourself and go on living.
Check your brother's
Check
shit.
your fucking privilege.
Go on living in fucking pain and agony so that I can have an identity.
Because they ask if you ever had any headaches. Like, no.
That's surprising. I would because I definitely got headaches right before I needed glasses.
Yeah.
That's what's wrong with my left eye is astigmatism. And I got glasses when I was like 12, and it has progressively gotten worse.
Yeah.
So.
Because it's just like seeing, I can't tell the difference between like F's and P's and E's and O's and stuff like that.
They're the
Small
same.
stuff at a distance.
You will
They're the same.
actually be
fine.
thrilled
Yeah.
to have them. Really, you'll see so much better. You'll be like, holy shit.
Because everything looks good except for like, basically my computer screen is hard to read.
Yeah.
Everything else is not so bad.
Did you wipe it off?
No.
Well, there you go. I mean, there's your problem.
couldn't see to
here
wipe
you
it
go.
off.
Yeah. If I can think of
Get a chisel and just.
yeah. I need more reasons to like make sure you don't get glasses.
Why is your computer screen covered in limestone? It's not limestone. So I went to Lens Crafters and picked them out today.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll maybe when I think over the show, I'll just like put them on and freak them out. And no, they're like, it'd be 2 weeks. Well, fuck it, I can't sit on it for that long. So
What kind of glasses did you get? Santa Claus? Please say Santa Claus.
A little round
Yeah.
little nose.
The
right.
tiniest
They
glass.
have palm trees on either side.
Please, God.
Nice.
I'm Hawaiian Santa, y'all.
I got glasses that are the woman. Okay, South Park made fun of recently the checkout people like Whole Foods giving you a hard time.
About
Like,
donating.
yeah, I've never had like a bad experience. So like, would you like to donate $1? Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
No, and that's it. We just go. But I'm checking out with the lady at Lens Crafters, and she was like, "How do you feel about like helping?
Oh, no. This is a bad pitch.
How do you feel about helping like kids that have a hard time, like getting like the eye exams they need?" And I was just, what? That's a weird question. I guess I want them to see properly. Okay, good. Because if you could just donate $5, it's like, yeah, okay, fine, but fuck you. I'm not coming back here again because of you, lady.
Well, if it were such a big damn deal, then just give the eye exams for free.
Yeah.
How about that?
Come on, multi-million-dollar company.
Yeah.
No, we need your $5. I mean, okay, let me ask you this. The glare tinting or whatever that they want you to get on glasses.
Yeah.
Is that good?
I
Or is
have-
that a scam? Or is
It's
that
not a scam.
I have it.
Okay.
And it does help because when you're driving, you don't get those little you know the things I'm talking about, the little pinwheels around the headlights and stuff. That's sort of
The J.J. Abrams.
the lens flares.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You get the Abrams. A bad case of the Abrams.
Bad case in the Abrams. And also, if someone takes your photograph, they'll see your eyes. If otherwise, your eyes will look
just
like
glare up.
Millhouse, like you'll have glare
okay.
over them. So
Yeah.
it's not a bad thing to have. The only thing I have problems with is cleaning them because sometimes I think that it's always sort of feels like a
Filmy.
film.
Yeah.
It's hard to clean.
I'll probably mostly just use them for masturbation and not like
there you
just
go.
wear them
Then you
around a
shouldn't
lot.
need
Because that's the only time I need them, really.
These are my jerking glasses. These are my cheaters. You pull them out of your pocket.
So whenever I need to drop a hint to you guys, I'll just put my glasses on.
For the record,
I mean, you know what's about to happen. If you're here, no, it's up to you.
Tyler's got his glasses on and his dick is out.
Let's
so.
go.
You feeling okay, buddy?
Someone passed me the chicken. There's a good website you can go to as well where you can buy glasses that are pretty decent quality for cheap, like in the $20 range.
Oh, okay.
We'll talk about that after.
Because I got like the frames I picked out were like 113, and then the lenses were like $10 copay after insurance.
Yeah, I mean,
And then she's like, "Do you want the anti, whatever, blah, blah, blah?" I was like, "Okay, yeah."
Good.
That's another $108. I was like,
yeah, no.
"How important are they?" And she just kind of looked at me. Is this like an undercoating on your car kind of thing? Or are you just fucking with me?
Rust-Oleum.
So let's talk about needy children again.
Yeah, exactly. I have a feeling that like her gauging of like whether or not you're gonna give that $5 was going on right then.
Yeah. You would have gotten it for free if you'd have just been nice about the $5.
Or if you would have gotten it and then said no at the register when she asked for the donation, she would have been like, I know you had the money. You got the glare. You got the anti-glare stuff. The glare. Come on.
Oh, it's like that lady who jumped in my car in Louisville. Yeah. Like, I need a few dollars to get a T-shirt. Give her $3. I saw you get 20 back in change at that CVS. I know you got money.
No.
Yeah. She jumped in my car as I was leaving and wanted me to take her to McDonald's to go to work.
Bullshit.
So I mean, she freaked me the fuck out.
Yeah.
She was an enormous lady in a very, very tight red like cocktail dress that she should not have been wearing. And it was
she was going to work at McDonald's.
It was 7 a.m. And like, yeah, she wanted to get a white T-shirt to go to work.
Oh,
so I gave her a few bucks, drove her 2 blocks to McDonald's.
That's the new uniform at McDonald's. Red cocktail dress, white T-shirt over it. Just making some Egg McMuffins, boss. Don't worry about me.
Just making it great. No, that's Pizza Hut. Sorry.
Where's your sleepover whore uniform? Sorry.
Melinda, what have I told you about not showing up in uniform? And you go home and you get that red cocktail dress. And don't come back with a fucking blue shirt on like you did the other day.
I told you to call me Sapphire. That's my McDonald's name.
What would be my McDonald's name, guy?
Billie.
Billy?
Chester.
Chester. You would be Chester. And Ian would be Kenny.
Kenny.
Billy, Chester, and Kenny. The 3 boys are back again, making burgers. The McBoys are striking again.
You want that pick too?
Why did those guys work there and always dress like the Beagle Boys?
Don't they know they need to show up in a cocktail dress with a white T-shirt over it?
This is an hot topic. You change into what you're supposed to wear.
What's up, Internet? I'm Dave. I'm already having a lot of fun today.
Yeah.
I don't even have to wait till the end to say, oh, I've had a lot of fun today. I've already had fun today. I'm your bespectacled host. Not for very long. I won't be exclusively. Because Tyler always masturbates when we record, so he will have his glasses on when we do this.
So I'll be able to look at you much more intensely.
Right. It's not
instead of like leaning forward and squinting at you when I jerk.
It's not something you normally do, but I requested it of you, and you were doing me a great favor. Thank you.
I got the pre-show butterflies. Pull out your dick.
Thank you, Chester's hog. I do appreciate it. We are in the middle of Russellfest 2016 at my house. Russellfest, not to be confused with Musclefest or Jack Russellfest. We are in the middle of Russellfest. It's all thanks to the Hateful Eight. It's all thanks to the Hateful Eight, which was like, oh yeah, Kurt Russell. Yeah. And then I heard on the Experience Grind podcast, they were talking about a movie I hadn't heard of called Bone Tomahawk.
I saw that on Netflix.
Check it out. It's
Is
pretty
it good?
Yeah, it's good.
Cool.
And Kurt Russell is in Bone Tomahawk. So they thought it was good, and it's Russellfest. I gotta watch. I'm knee deep in Russell. I gotta watch some more. So I watched it. It was great. And then we talked about Stargate. Ian, you called and mentioned Stargate, and it's like, well, fuck, dude. You don't have to twist my arm. I'm in. I'm going to watch Stargate because now I have a reason to. I don't have to feel guilty for watching Stargate. I can just be like, yeah, I'm watching this because I got to do a show.
Because it's fucking Russellfest.
Yeah, and it's Russellfest. And I was a good boy, and I wanted to rent it. I wanted to rent it, and I wanted to be legal about it. So I rented it on Google Play for the first time I've ever used Google Play. And I paid my $2.99, sat down. It was about 9 o'clock. I got 30 minutes in, and I just fell asleep. I fell asleep, and I fell asleep right when James Spader's going through the Stargate for the first time.
Which is the coolest part of the fucking movie.
And I was just like, oh no, this is the end. They did it. They did it. They solved the mystery. Now they get to go to another world. Z. So I woke up in the middle of a scene where Kurt Russell was miming a description of James Spader to what appeared to be the Lost Boys from Hook.
Right. Yeah.
And I took a moment and I was like, how long was I asleep? Because this is not the movie I fell asleep to. And I rewound it to the point where James Spader is going through the Stargate. I was like, all right, now I got this shit under control. Play. Snore. I fell asleep again. The whole movie ended, and the next day I was like, well, I guess that rental was just a complete waste.
That's what you get for being legal about it.
Yeah, I know, right?
Now you can't ever watch it again.
Fortunately, Google Play isn't all lame, and they're not like, oh, if you watch it, you're done. They give you a full 48 hours to watch the movie.
Oh, that's nice.
So you can watch it as much as you want. By the way, this is a paid endorsement by Google Play. Thank you, Google, very much for the money.
I would loan you the DVD because, that was my first DVD.
I need
don't have
that.
it anymore.
I need that high definition, dog.
I do too.
I need it.
That's why I don't have
need
DVDs
it.
anymore.
I need it.
So I
my
hung
shit
up
online.
Chris Edler's Big Mama's House movie poster.
I was thinking about that. I was hoping that was going to be up. I'm glad that it is.
Yeah.
It's not officially part of Russellfest, but Martin Lawrence.
He's been often called the Black Kurt Russell.
Yes, I've heard that.
I'm pretty sure I've heard that a lot.
I'm actually kind of surprised that those two haven't been in a movie together at some point because
I actually am a little surprised at that.
Or really, I
hasn't
think
happened.
some buddy comedy or
Yeah.
something.
I have it reversed. Kurt Russell's often called the White Martin Lawrence. So, my mistake.
Yeah, you're right. It depends. It depends on the day. What's up, Ian? How are you celebrating Russellfest?
Well, I celebrated Russellfest this week by playing that game, Stargate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The Russells game.
I am always celebrating Russellfest because for some reason, and I just can't get enough of that guy. I love his movies. And I don't think he's a particularly bad actor.
No.
He's not
I don't
like
think he's a bad
maybe
actor.
the
Yeah.
greatest actor, but I've seen a lot of his. I even like this. Like, of course, I love so much that I can't remember the name. Escape from New York, Escape from L.A.
I've never seen those.
Oh, those are good.
Now they're fine.
I know.
He's
It's up for
they're-
Russellfest.
They're good in a ridiculously
Yeah.
cheesy way. I mean, they're particularly bad. But Tombstone, of course, he was Wyatt Earp in Tombstone, and he was
Haven't seen that.
great movie.
Tombstone is great, but here's the problem I have with it. Every time I watch it, it's not as good.
I get that,
And it's like one of those things now where I watched it a lot when it first came out,
yeah.
and then it was like every year I would start to watch it, and it would be like, ooh, I'm gonna put this off. I'm not gonna watch it again in a year. I'll watch it in 2 years.
fucking.
So it needs a gritty reboot, is what you're saying.
Needs a gritty reboot. Can we write that right now? Can we do that instead of talking about Stargate?
I think a good example of that is in the movie. There's a scene where the guy that played the original, he was in the original Terminator movie as John Connor's, ultimately his father.
I don't know.
I can't remember his name in the movie anyway, and it's Val Kilmer who plays Doc Holliday, and they have a little banter in the bar. They're like insulting each other, and
Yeah.
the guy pulls out his pistol and swings it around, and starts flipping it up and down and around and everything like that. And everybody in the bar is like all hooping and hollering at
pistol
how
play.
awesome it is.
Yeah.
And Val Kilmer, Doc
Pistol
Holliday, is not to be impressed by this. Pulls out a teacup and does the exact same tricks with the teacup, and everybody takes that. It's an insult. It's all insulting. When I first saw that scene, I was like, oh, that was fucking badass.
Yeah.
Recently, I was like, ugh,
Yeah.
that is stupid. But
Just don't watch it as much.
just stop watching Tombstone and everything will be fine.
And I have to watch it with Nikki because she loves it. So that helps it too.
Yeah.
The only scene of Tombstone that I've seen was a weird Reddit link where it was just a translation of like
I'm
a
Your
Latin
Huckleberry?
scene.
Oh.
Yeah, that was the same scene.
Yeah.
The same scene.
So I've seen
They exchanged
where they
Latin
translate
back
the
and
Latin.
forth, and then the gun thing happens. But
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it's the same scene. But I didn't probably celebrate Russellfest maybe to the extent that you did.
It's not over. It's all month.
As I have said, I am always celebrating Russellfest.
It's the last part of January, first part of February.
I do have,
every year.
I do have a couple of things I'd like to talk about briefly.
Okay.
Because I know we have a really important game to get to.
Let's bring court to order.
I'm going to provide, and I was hoping Mr. Burger Bottom would be here for this. I have a little bit of counterpoint for the Harrison Ford issue that was experienced
Oh, yeah.
recently by you and Mr. Turley.
I welcome your support.
I do actually, because I am
chicken eating episode.
a huge fan. I love Han Solo. That was the one I wanted to be when I came out of Star Wars at age 4. I wanted to be Han. I didn't want to be Luke. I was always Han Solo. That was my thing. Mm-hmm. And I love Harrison Ford to death, but I get it, what you're saying about how he is he seems like kind of a complete dick in real life.
Yeah.
That's why I never want to meet Harrison Ford, because they always say don't meet your heroes or whatever. But to counter because John was just on fucking fire, and I think that what I need to tell John
that's why he's not here this week.
I have murdered John. No, I have not. What I need to tell John is that he hates Adam Levine. He hates Adam Levine.
Well, he did run over his puppy.
Yeah. And he is always talking about what a dick Adam Levine is and how much he hates him. And I think John...
Oh, thank you for giving me so much stuff to put on his wall.
John hates Adam Levine's body of work and doesn't know Adam Levine. And for all we know, Adam Levine might be a really cool person in real life. He may be a complete dick. I don't know him.
Allegedly.
But John has made up his mind about Adam Levine. Mm-hmm. You maybe don't know Harrison Ford's body of work as well as we do.
Yep.
But know more about his off-camera persona.
His interviews and all that shit, yeah.
And therefore have made your judgment. So I say to John, don't be too quick to
Everybody
jump Tyler's
has their Adam
ass,
Levine.
because everybody has their Adam Levine. That is absolutely right.
I kind of get how John feels though, because it's kind of like you feel like you have to defend the person, because I have this problem with Kanye West, because I've had this problem on the show about Kanye West, and it's like one of those things that I feel like I can really always count on Jacob to he loves Kanye West. I like Kanye West.
Yeah.
So I always feel like I got Jacob to back me up in saying, I like Kanye West. It's music a lot.
Jacob loves all of it.
I know.
Music,
I know he does.
Persona, everything.
I know he does. The persona, he said some pretty weird stuff.
What's going on right now about Amber Rose fingering his butthole? Is that I see that on Twitter a lot.
I don't know, man, but that's going to be the show notes.
Okay,
left field.
Because I think Amber Rose said that when they were dating, she used to finger his butt.
Okay.
And now he's immediately denied it, but
there ain't nothing wrong with that, Kanye.
No,
relax.
Exactly, Kanye. No, don't worry about it.
Massaging, baby. Get that done. And in that same vein, you also made in a recent episode a comment about how I think it was the same train of thought about Michael Cera, how he wouldn't do. They had so much trouble getting him to be back in Arrested Development because he had just gotten to be so fucking big. And fuck you, Michael Cera, because you would be nowhere without Arrested Development, I believe is what was said. Yeah. It seems. Did you ever see the movie This Is the End?
No.
With Seth Rogen. And
I wanted to, but I did not.
Okay, I recommend it. Just because in that movie, Michael Cera is in that movie, and he is a complete fuckwad. Exactly the way you would expect him to be because of his big, huge success. He plays himself in the movie. They all play themselves in the movie, and he is that personality. So I think I just wonder if you guys get a chance to watch the movie.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
I want you to see. Tell me if you think they're sort of riffing on him for that whole Arrested Development thing, because he's just gotten so big and he's always wanting to do lines and fuck bitches, and I mean
bump rails.
He's just got all this completely it's the exact sort of thing I would have expected him to be based on kind of those comments you made about him.
Is Kurt Russell in this movie?
No.
Can't watch it.
I remember seeing an interview about Michael Cera in that movie, and his condition to being in it when he agreed to be in it, and they showed him his part and stuff like that, and he was like, I'll only do it if I can wear this jacket that I'm wearing right now.
Hey, he was wearing it. I believe that he was.
It was a weird windbreaker jacket or something like that.
I have two more things to mention before we move on. This is about previous episodes, and I could have called this in, but I'm terrible at calling in.
No, you're not. You're very good at calling in. Love when you call in.
4-player Ninja Turtles game at Showbiz Tyler. That was me. That was me.
Yeah.
You mentioned that was your favorite game at Showbiz. That was mine too. It's all I played, and maybe a little skee ball. But there was a trick you could do if you wanted to pull the tickets out of the skee ball machine.
Oh yeah,
I'm well
aware.
that
God,
trick?
yeah, I'm well aware of that trick.
Very slowly but surely pull against the mechanism.
Downward.
And you could just have,
downward, and as close as you possibly could get to the grill that holds the ticket.
And then my last comment was my favorite Sandra Bullock movie is Demolition Man.
Demolition Man, that's a good movie.
Yeah, I love that movie.
You defended that last week too.
Last episode,
Yeah, it was.
I had to defend Demolition Man
because he said that Demolition Man was a good pinball machine.
Yeah.
And I thought, fuck, I want a Demolition Man. But that's
he found one. I got a message from Chris Edler later that night that said that with a link to a Demolition Man pinball machine.
But my wife has a lady crush on Sandra Bullock, so I've seen just about every one of her movies. I like her.
So
I really do. But
at some
Demolition
point,
Man's my favorite.
You could have an extremely awesome night if the stars aligned.
If it really
properly.
did. If she just showed up at the door knocking. I got a flat tire, but my battery's dead on my cell phone. Can I just sleep in your bed tonight? Why, yes, you can.
I was thinking she was in character from Demolition Man.
Murder, death, kill.
I'm just imagining Sandra Bullock walking in and giving that Juliette Lewis speech on From Dusk Till Dawn to Quentin Tarantino's character.
Oh yeah,
I could just really use you to eat my pussy, please. I can
remember
without
that. I can do that. I remember the first time I saw that, and I thought, okay, here we go. Because I don't know. Speaking of that movie, when you first saw it, did you know what it was about?
I did.
I did
unfortunately,
not.
I
did
wish I
not.
could have had that experience. That
I
you
remember
guys
being
had.
like, "What the fuck just happened?"
Exactly. Tanya and I were the same way. This was back in the '90s, and we rented it. Had never even heard of it.
Yeah.
And no clue. And then it breaks into that part.
It's like two movies.
And we just
know.
flipped our shit. It was like, oh my God, what is going on? That was awesome.
I wish I could have experienced it that way.
And one more question. Sorry, Dave, this is for you.
All right, okay.
Have you ever actually seen Breaking 2 Electric Boogaloo?
No.
Okay.
No, and I refuse. Does it have Kurt Russell in it?
No.
No.
I
I'm
have
not
seen
gonna
Or
watch
Sandra Bullock.
Me
We're
and-
doing story prep for the Patreon episode.
it. Or Martin Lawrence.
No. Me and a buddy growing up were into breakdancing.
The awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, we had the cardboard and we tried to
Really?
Oh, yeah. He could windmill. The fucking thing.
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
feet. Oh, yeah.
Not a windmill dunk.
No.
All right, not to be
Didn't have
confused
that,
with
but
Duncan 2.
the Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah.
We loved Breaking and Breaking 2. Today, I won't even bother. I won't even try. I can't even bring
Damn it.
myself to go back there and be like, what the fuck was I thinking?
What if I do it with you?
I'd do it.
Okay. First
We gotta wear
video.
We gotta wear headbands, parachute pants, and t-shirts with no sleeves.
Okay, I'm down.
Okay, and high top sneakers.
Chester, Kenny, and Billy breakdancing. That's the first video.
All right, that's all the questions I had for now. I have a quiz, a Stargate quiz for later. But anyway, we'll get to that.
Dave, you hear that?
I do hear that.
That is me putting on my glasses and checking out this wood burning of Chris McCarpenter.
Nice glasses. I'll wait. No, it's fine. Go ahead.
I'm done.
Oh, okay.
That was actually the sound of him putting on his glasses.
Man, those glasses are funky.
I don't understand how these work.
And the sound of Tyler masturbating is like this.
My eye, fuck.
Those
Okay.
are glasses, by the way. That's the sound that glasses make. You'll get used to it, Tyler. It's fine.
You'll know soon enough.
All right, guys. I do hear that slurping, clacking sound, which of course ushers in a segment that we like to call
Love a good slurp-clack.
Hello Urban Dictionary.
That's an inside joke.
A little segment that we like to call Dave Reads from Wikipedia. Okay, guys. Stargate 1995 video game is a platform video game developed and published by Acclaim Entertainment for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System and Sega Genesis Mega Drive, following the adventures of Colonel Jack O'Neill as he struggles to free the slaves of... Ian, can you help me with this word? Abydos?
Abydos, yeah.
Abydos. Defeat Ra and get his mission team back home using the Stargate device. The game is based on the 1994 film of the same name.
Was there no Japanese name for that?
No, there is no Japanese name for this. It was developed by Tantalus Interactive, which is an Australian company, which there is also not an Australian translation.
Stargate.
Apologize. Stargate.
It's a Boston translation.
It's a wicked Stargate.
That's a wicked Stargate. Terrible Australian accent. That just
No, it's great. No, it's great. It's fine. It's fine. We don't know how to podcast when Tyler gets a beer.
I had to get I'm too strong, Bo deep.
We're lost without you.
I don't know Australian accents. Good day. I sure wish I knew what Tyler was. Crikey!
It sounds like the chimney sweep from Mary Poppins.
Thought I was Dick Van Dyke, didn't you?
Good.
Timeless. I don't even know where to begin with
This felt like I turned it on, played it for 5 seconds. It was like, this feels like a Genesis game. It just had the sound and feel to me of a Sega Genesis game.
Here's what this reminded me of. And this is the best way I think that I can describe the game is it feels like, okay, let me preface it with, you know how like sometimes a cat, when they have baby cats, sometimes they have different fathers. Like the litter, it's different father litter. And that's how I feel about
Humans can do that too.
Humans, but it's super rare.
Yeah.
It's not so rare in cats, but yes.
No, you're right. No, it is much more common in cats.
You know how cats are. So I feel like this game, so Prince of Persia was the mommy cat. And then Jurassic Park for the Genesis was a daddy.
Yeah,
Let's see, what other daddies did we have? What other daddies? Alien 3 was a daddy.
Blackthorn, maybe?
Blackthorn was a daddy.
A little sprinkle of Contra.
Sprinkle of Contra was daddy.
The A-Way shooting.
And Super Star Wars was a daddy. And all of these cats just loved that mommy cat. And then cats have a 3-year gestation period. So 3 years later, the baby cats came out and they looked like this game. So that's what Stargate is, y'all.
Yeah.
Dude, this fucking game sucked.
Yeah.
It was awful.
Yeah. I feel like it was playable and it wasn't like broken or anything, but yeah, it's just not a good game.
It had decent controls, and that was about it.
I mean,
even some of the
man.
Yeah, maybe.
Here's what I didn't like about the controls is Jack's got upright position and crouching position.
And you can't come out of crouch unless you push up.
You have to push up. And
God,
also,
I hate
like,
that.
you can't, in order to get into crouching position, you can't, like, roll in the crouching position. You have to, like, press down and only down, and he'll crouch. And then when you move, he starts crawling.
And then shooting some of those, like, big scarab beetles, you have to be in a crouching position or run up to them and shoot down.
Yep.
And then you'll kill them.
But they're all like, 100 bullets.
Yeah, and
It's fine. They're just like
they'll
bullets,
shoot
fucking
at
bullet
you.
sponges. Every single enemy in the game.
But at least you didn't run out of ammo. I was afraid that was going to be a fucking problem because you can't win this game.
Because like
run out of ammo.
Kyle Blackthorne has the magic shotgun that never runs out of ammo, and then Kurt Russell's character has the magic machine gun that never runs out of ammo. And did your weapon overheat?
Yeah,
No,
but
it never overheated.
You can pick up a power up that causes your weapon to not overheat for a while. There's a number of power ups. So one of them is rapid fire.
You
and
just
one
fire
of them-
faster.
You fire faster. One of them is the cooling, and then I think there's one that does. I can't remember. I couldn't figure out what a lot of the power ups were because the art and the pixels in this game were just terrible. Everything was just a big mash of.
And not indicative
kind
of what
gray
they
or-
actually do either.
Yeah, it didn't really say what it did. I mean, you get like when you pick up the extra or the health, you get more health. So you
And
knew
it
what
says
that
one
was.
up on your little
But
heads
the
up
little,
display.
the little picture of the magazine, I guess, gets bigger So maybe, I don't know. I didn't ever figure out what it meant, and I never really cared what I was picking up because there was only like the 4 power-ups, and if it was there, I'd pick it up. I don't give a shit.
Grenades usually. And then health
and the
looks
grenades,
like an Ankh or something like that.
Yeah.
No.
And there were like concussion grenades that you get later on in the game.
Yeah, I got that. I don't know what happened. I don't know how that happened. I mean,
They just started appearing.
Yeah.
And you run out of those, and then your magical stash of other grenades appears again. So it really was just awful. And I thought that one of the things that bothered me the most was, it's when it pops up in the menu, it shows the pyramid with the light coming off, just like on the movie poster. It says Stargate with a trademark symbol at the top. Mm-hmm. Not one bit of the music in that game was from the fucking movie. And there was some pretty decent, memorable music from the movie.
Okay. So I watched Stargate.
Yeah. Well, until they went through the thing.
I watched it again. I rewatched it.
Oh, okay.
So I watched it in full length, and that was a complaint of mine. I thought that the score was overdone.
You thought it was overdone?
Yeah, I thought it was heavy-handed. Yeah. Because like the scene that really set it off for me is when James Spader's character gets dragged by that alien buffalo through the desert, and the music's all like, it's a really like zany scene.
That music was sort of inappropriate right there. But what I'm saying is they could have done some music from the movie to sort of help add to the feel of the game, to make it feel like sort of a Stargate game, and it didn't.
Or locations from the movie even would help.
I feel like anything from the movie would have helped. I mean, truly. When the game first opens, Jack O'Neill, the character that Kurt Russell plays in the movie, that's you. And you're just standing there and just start shooting shit.
Yeah,
they give you this sort of brief, kind of unapologetic, go get your men. They don't tell you how you got here. Mm-hmm. They don't tell you what happened to lead up to it. They don't give you any.
They assume that you've seen the movie, I feel like.
And
then they're like, hey, we assume you saw this movie, but we're going to do the story a little different.
Right? And it's like, I feel like they could have said anything to get you in the moment, so to speak. If I'm buying a game that's based on a movie, which is typically not advisable, we know this, but put me in the movie, put me in that experience, lead in, show them doing something. But no, it's just we start, here you are in the desert, and walk to the right.
Because there's no really any sci-fi elements in it, really.
None. I mean,
I haven't seen the movie, but like I assumed I would see a Stargate other than the ones that gave you 1-ups.
Yeah.
And like otherwise, it feels like this was a different game, and then they just tacked Stargate onto it.
And they give you like as you're going through, you run into the Daniel, which is the character that James Spader plays in the movie, and he says, "Hey, your men are in that cave."
Yeah.
Okay, go get your men and
collect 5 of your men.
You'll go into the cave and get 5 of your men, and one of the men will be like, "Hey, thanks for saving us. By the way, Daniel's hurt again." How the fuck did you know that?
Also, he's right outside.
Right.
You walk out, there he is.
Oh,
unless he has a smoking gun, Daniel's hurt again.
And he will save this girl, and she will open the door for you
to collect 5 stabs.
And kill 5 disguised. Oh God,
you're just in like the desert, and then a cave, and then the desert again, and then a cave,
and then a cave. And don't forget the desert. And then there's the part with the cave.
And then you get inside a spaceship.
Oh, wait, don't forget the city.
I did forget the city.
And then the desert, and then the cave, and then the city, and then the desert.
Then the starship. Then the desert, then the starship.
Wait. You left out the part with the cave.
I did forget a cave in there. You're right. I did forget a cave in there.
I'm glad they had Olympic rings hanging, around the city. And
I found those by accident. I was jumping, and I just hung there. Because the backgrounds are all washed out, and I couldn't tell if it was a door I could go through or a window I could go through or see, or if it's just decoration, poor decoration. I don't know. It was just a big wash of kind of a tan, just tan, khaki.
What is Stargate? What is Stargate?
What is it?
What is Stargate?
Like the movie? Like this
is an open question.
It is a way of life.
I need your philosophy.
Stargate is a way of life. It is a way of opening up our minds to the other parts of the galaxy, David.
Okay.
Oh, it's taking acid. Okay.
Yes.
I'm down to Stargate.
It's a much more elaborate way.
Dude, I didn't know you liked the Stargate.
And then you fight Anubis.
Yeah, or Ra, or
No, it's
No, you fight
Anubis.
Anubis,
And then you fight Anubis.
and then you fight him a third
And then you
time.
fight Anubis.
He's not in the movie, is he?
Yeah, he's in there. He's one of the
guards?
Guards, yeah. One of the major kind of guard guys in there. But he doesn't have a big enough role to really be a fucking boss in the game.
Is he the guy?
And then you fight Ra. And then you fight Ra.
You fight Ra's final form.
And
the alien comes out.
Here's a little spoiler for you. Just in case you were wondering. As you're going through this fucking game, if you don't pick up all the pieces to the bomb,
I'm
telling you.
No,
I'm telling you. I'm saying it.
I haven't revealed that I played through this game entirely as well. So I played every single bit of this
Let me
game.
guess. I have an achievement, but I'm going to get to that later. Of course, we're probably going to run out of things to say about it because that's it. You don't get all those little pieces to that bomb. Just says mission failed.
It's after you beat the boss of the game.
oh my
And
god,
it is hard to
It's
beat.
after you beat the boss of the game. That's the game over.
You beat
Oh,
Ra.
I'm surprised you guys
but guess
played-
what?
oh, man.
He fucking got away and you didn't have the pieces of the bomb to send up in the teleporter to blow up his ship, so he's gonna come back.
we threw the bomb and all the pieces all over that world. Why you didn't fucking pick them up, put them together? We don't know. You failed.
We didn't tell you what these things were, also, or how many there were, or where you could find them.
Or was there any status report on how good you were doing? I
No.
mean, you could hit the select button,
And it'll show you how many you have.
but not how many you need.
Were you like me? And you like when I hit it, I was like, okay, I have 3 nuclears. Okay,
That's almost as bad as Super Smash TV having the ungettable good ending.
yes.
Because of a glitch.
Yeah, it made me so fucking mad because I really tried. And I beat this thing, and it just nope. Mission failed. Fuck you, and just fuck you is
Ian.
what I had to say.
Ian.
Yes, David.
Are there Stargates that open up to Greek mythology,
No,
Roman mythology?
Egyptian only.
Can we go to the Percy Jackson world and shoot people?
Egyptian only. David, I had a question for you.
Yes.
Well, I've got to do my quiz at some point. The
Do
question.
it now. Fuck it.
Do you want me to do the quiz now?
Sure.
Well, are we going to bitch some more about the cave and the
Oh, I've got
the
things to
desert,
bitch
or-
about.
Bitch.
I got things to bitch
we'll
about.
Get to the quiz.
Hey,
We'll do
you
the
know what's
quiz.
really cool when you're going through this side-scrolling platforming game, and then all of a sudden you're third person over the shoulder in a glider.
Oh, fuck,
No
I
reason.
forgot about the
You,
glider
you
part.
have to have some mode 7 somewhere. Doesn't matter how shoehorned in and weird it is. And like you're playing Super Star Wars with the glider and the beam.
Oh my god, I had forgotten about that. That was bad. There was 2 sections with the glider. The first
Yep.
section was you just fucking all you got to do is bank until one of the ships is in front of you, and then you blow it away and whatever. The second one pissed me right off because it takes you to the last level.
You got to get fuel. You have to
gotta
collect
pick
fuel
up
the
fuel.
entire time.
And if you don't pick up fuel, you don't make it.
You miss 2 and you're done.
Yeah, it's over. And it's really hard to steer that glider. Oh, but I loved the intro to the glider. Like, there's a glider out there, just hop on it. Daniel, it's
Yeah.
like, oh, there's a glider. When it flies by, just hop on it. And I'm like, what? Oh,
We'll
and I
refuel in
got-
midair. That's what we all do.
Yeah.
Like now in the
I
future,
got-
it's all midair refueling.
And you climb out of the cave, because don't know if we mentioned that there was a fucking cave in this game.
By the way,
There
there's a
is.
cave in this game.
Couple of caves, actually. You
No, it's
climb
the
up-
same cave. You just keep going back to it.
different platforms,
Yeah.
different spots. You climb up on top of the little outcropping where you come out of the cave after you've talked to Daniel, and he says there's a glider, and you get up on there, and this glider swoops by, and you're in it.
Yep.
And I thought, ooh, I was actually at first a little okay.
Some side-scrolling
Gonna do a
shooting,
little-
maybe?
gonna do a little shooting
Yeah.
and a little No, they
No.
needed to not do what they did.
It's that Mode 7 Super Star Wars in the land
awful.
speeder.
Just awful
level.
And I had a harder time getting through the picking up fuel part.
Yeah, I do too.
Just because you think you're lined up with the little fuel pod.
It's impossible.
And you're not.
It's a Super
You're
Nintendo.
not.
It's impossible to know where you're going.
I mean, there were a lot of pretty fucking good Super Nintendo games. This was not one of them. This wasn't even in the top million.
Better or worse, Dave? Super Turrican 2.
Worse. This is worse than Super Turrican
All
2.
right.
I
So
like.
it has no business even coming close to the list.
Did you figure out how
No,
how
it
killing a
doesn't.
boss works? Hang off a ledge and do the Contra thing, and you just point in all directions of the compass, and eventually you'll kill him.
I just threw grenades at him.
Yeah.
I
well, I ran out of fucking grenades.
I killed him on the first try. Oh, dude, you know how I roll in video games. If there's a consumable, I don't use it. So by the time I fought the boss, I had 99 fucking grenades, and it was like, I have a feeling this is the boss, so I'm going to use them all now.
Yeah.
I think I ended the fight with 46.
You throw the grenade with the force of a guy with a prostate infection.
Well, you don't throw it with you don't throw it with your wiener.
You lob it. If I had been able to throw it with my wiener, it might have been more.
No, you put it on your pee hole, then you pee as hard as you can. The
They were effective, but it was hard to hit with them because it throws in that weird arc.
Yeah.
And fortunately, I'm really glad grenades don't hurt you.
Yeah.
That they don't have that effect because I'd have died.
Oh yeah.
I don't
every
like
time.
using grenades in anything that's not Quake.
Yeah.
Good point.
Other than that, I never. Yeah. I guess it was okay in what was it that I just played recently? The shit out of it recently.
Grenade Wars.
Fallout 4, using grenades and bombs there. Once I actually started putting points in explosives.
Yeah.
Then you got to see like an arc, and then like that it actually got useful. Then I never did it until I just randomly put a point in it so I could make them.
So when you pick up the explosives perk, it shows you like the trajectory and
Yep.
stuff like. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool.
Gives you that line.
Yeah,
Like
makes it
Nice.
a lot easier.
Nice.
A couple other games come to mind that I can't think of the names of them though.
I thought Raw was difficult. I thought Raw's the last boss.
Raw's tough.
I thought he was difficult because like I killed him with 46 or whatever grenades left. It was somewhere around there, and like half a dot of health. Like I thought I was gonna bite it.
His initial salvo as human form Raw is those kind of pink energy balls, and not only do they damage you, they
Follow you. Yeah.
They push you back off of so it's divided into 3 columns, and the right hand and the left hand column are static platforms, and then in the middle they go up and down. And you get hit by one of those little balls of
Oh, you're flying.
and you
You're
fly
gonna go,
off,
yeah.
and you have to
You're out of control.
because these disappearing and reappearing, and it's fucking hard.
Now in the movie, Raw is played by Alanis Morissette. Is that correct?
Nope,
Oh, okay. Are you sure? I just watched it.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay.
Whenever anybody says Raw, I always think of just because I don't know. I just love the book so much, and I just remember this little factoid that in D&D 3.0, the most powerful with a character given stats is Ra in the Egyptian pantheon.
Interesting.
He has
Well-
more divine points than any character in all the other
books.
deities and everything like that. Yeah. So
The way they built off of the Stargate movie to make the show SG-1 was really interesting because what they made it out to be was that Ra was one of many of an alien race called the Goa'uld. Goa'uld. I can never pronounce it properly, but and all of them were named after like Osiris and Ra, and all of these sort of captains of this alien race that's tasked with sort of enslaving all of these planets and taking all their resources and stuff. And they used the Stargates. They would fly to a planet, put a Stargate there, and it's a portal to another planet. And they would enslave the indigenous species there. And they were those god names on every planet in the galaxy. And so they were all really powerful because they could take on human form. They could inhabit a human host.
Like
And-
Alanis Morissette.
Exactly. And it's Dogma that you're thinking of. It's God, not Ra.
same thing.
Hey, wait a minute. Maybe my God's not the same as your God,
That's
buddy.
true. That's true. Fair enough.
Maybe I worship Ra.
But anyway, Ra even in the TV series after the fact, Ra was regarded as being sort of the big guy. The fact that he was taken down, spoilers, taken down at the end of Stargate was sort of a blow to them, and they didn't even realize in the movie that this was going to turn into more than just this one planet being affected by it. So.
Is that what the show's about? Is the show about other planets or
Yeah,
what do do in the show?
they create this sort of division of the military that is tasked with dialing in all the different addresses, and going through the Stargate to the other planet, to the planet on the other side, mapping it out and finding it in the galaxy, and then sort of stopping any sort of wrongdoing that may be going on by this alien race that's sort of taken up. They're like the Borg in a way from Star Trek. They sort of just take over everything and enslave people and everything like that. So it goes on. That show was 10 seasons with 20.
I did not know
with
that.
23 episodes per season.
Wow.
Shit.
It was a crazy long show, and it stayed. I mean, it stayed pretty good up until maybe season 7 or 8. It started to get a little weak. You could tell they were on the down slope.
Was that like 24-minute show, or is that like a?
It was an hour.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, 42. With commercials type thing. But
So that's like
they were working hard.
a quarter of Naruto, right?
Yep. and Tadpog.
Yeah.
Too much content to enjoy.
We're coming for you, Stargate. You hear us?
That's one of the reasons I forgot so much about it, because there were so many of them, and I watched them
Yeah.
all. But I mean, by the time you get to the end of season 10, you almost forget what happened in season 2.
God.
So it's crazy.
Do you think that Stargate is possibly the most overlooked euphemism for no hole? I've never used it in a sexual manner.
I'm going to now.
There you go. That's my gift to
I
you.
have it.
Or a glory hole that's for licking assholes. It's a
Ooh.
Stargate.
Or it's a glory hole where a star is behind it. Put star in quotes.
No, you want to go to the Alanis Morissette stuff?
Man,
Stargate?
Alanis's mustache was really bristly tonight.
Adam Levine. I'll be back there. Harrison Ford.
Man, I don't know about Harrison Ford. I don't think he stargates, y'all.
You want a little quiz? You want a little Stargate quiz?
Let's do it.
Not really.
Yeah, you do.
Let's fail this.
First of all, I have one piece of Stargate trivia, and it turns out that Stargate was the first movie ever to have an official website
Oh.
in 1994.
Is the
It was
site still up?
Probably, but it'll
Stargate.net.
dot .jp. I don't know. All right, here's that quiz.
Oh, I thought that was part of it. I'm sorry.
No, that was just trivia.
I like it.
Okay. Question number 1.
Okay.
This squinty-eyed comedic actor saw his film debut in Stargate as Lieutenant Ferretti.
French Stewart.
French Stewart is correct.
Nice.
I thought it was weird that he was in it.
I know, I did too.
Because we were watching it, like Nikki and I were watching it together. In the opening credits, it's one of those movies where like they give all the credits pretty much in the beginning, and we're watching it, and then French Stewart's name came up on the screen, and we both did a slow turn to one another.
Is that
like
French Stewart?
Well, they probably run across the aliens from Third Rock from the Sun. So that makes sense.
the crossover.
That's how they did it. Number 2. This one's more in tune with Russellfest.
Oh shit! I better get this one.
Name the movie in which Kurt Russell appears alongside Sylvester Stallone, where Stallone is quoted as saying, "Rambo is a pussy."
I don't know the answer to that.
Any idea?
Movie,
Tyler,
Kurt
go.
Russell and Sylvester Stallone.
Phil Hawkins is real mad right now. I guarantee you.
Paul Kluel probably is too.
Yeah.
What's that movie with all the action stars in it?
Oh, you think the recent
Could
thing?
be recent.
It's
yeah.
not that one.
Oh,
No.
that's the Expendables, right?
Then
Yes.
Tango and Cash.
You got it.
Whoa!
That was sarcasm.
Yeah.
Because I usually say Tango and Cash for a lot of answers.
That is
but I don't.
the answer. That is the answer. Tango and Cash. Nice. Here's a
Wow, that was like guessing that
Fanta?
Fanta was Nazi Coke.
Oh, no one will ever laugh as beautifully as Dave laughed. Okay.
So we're what, 2 for 10?
Yeah, so far.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Name the actor who plays Dr. Daniel Jackson in Stargate.
Okay, but that's James
James
Spader.
Spader.
Yeah, that's easy. Good answer.
He's bok.
Yes, bok bok.
Right.
Yeah, that's yeah.
I don't get it.
You want-
Stargate joke.
You have to have seen the movie. Wah, wah, wah. Jay Davidson, the actor who portrayed the god Ra in Stargate,
That was last percent.
is an Oscar nominee, Best Supporting Actor, for what controversial 1992 film starring Forrest Whitaker?
Ghost Dog, Way of the Samurai.
No, close, but no.
1992, Forrest Whitaker. I'm trying to remember Forrest Whitaker movies. And it won things.
He It won a number of awards, but the guy that played Ra was nominated for Best Supporting Actor for his role in this movie I'm asking you about.
I want to guess, but I don't want to guess.
Just guess.
Tuesdays with Maury?
No.
Because I don't know. I'm not familiar with Forrest Whitaker's body of work. In 1992, I was 11 years old, so I'm trying to think of like things.
You weren't chowing down some Forrest Whitaker jams when you were 11.
This movie you probably didn't see in 1992. You may not have ever seen. So it may.
Does it start with an M?
No.
All right. So it's not machete.
It's not Machete.
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 What is it?
The Crying Game.
Oh no, I've never seen The Crying Game. I know how it ends because of all
You
the
do.
jokes.
Well,
that were made in
he
the
is
90s.
this guy plays that transgender fellow in The Crying Game.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, shit, we missed one.
That's okay.
Hillary
That
Swank.
was a tough question. It's more for people my age than. By the way, the other day when you were
Why
doing,
did I need to get that look?
when you were talking to Chris, and you said two old guys and one guy who I think is older than us, and Chris was like, you said something about his age. You go, you said, Tyler, are you like Ian old or something? You're like Ian level old.
That's a TADPOG threshold, not a general threshold.
I embrace it. I embrace it. I'm
Thank you
happy.
for all your money.
You are welcome. I paid for this shit. Okay, here we go. Kurt Russell plays Jack O'Neill in the Stargate movie.
Uh-huh.
Who plays his role in the Stargate SG-1 television show?
I have no idea.
MacGyver.
That is correct. Do you know his name?
No.
Richard Dean Anderson.
It's not just MacGyver. There you
I'm
go.
pretty sure he changed it for the show.
Richard Dean Anderson.
Man, this MacGyver thing's never going to go down. It's going to be going forever. Let me
count.
change
As
my
long
name
as The
legally.
Simpsons is going, MacGyver's going to be going, so I'm going to change my name.
I count that. MacGyver counts. Next, director Roland Emmerich of Stargate director Roland Emmerich also directed big budget disaster movies such as The Day After Tomorrow, 2012, and this movie, a sequel to which is releasing this year.
Independence Day?
Correct.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good job.
I didn't
See, this quiz isn't that
It's good,
bad.
it's good general knowledge, tangential
Yeah.
to Stargate.
Yeah. Okay, the movie Stargate spawned how many separate TV shows? And name them.
Okay, so you said SG-1. So
We've
we know
given
that.
that one up. Yeah.
I know there's Stargate Atlantis. And that's not it?
Pretty sure that's it. There's Stargate 1, so there's probably a Stargate 2.
Stargate 2 Electric Boogaloo?
Now, there were no sequels to Stargate.
I think there was Stargate Noir. That was the prequel.
Stargate the college years.
Stargate Retribution, probably.
Insurrection. Stargate
Insurrection.
Insurrection.
There were three.
So we got two. That's
got
pretty
two.
good. So Stargate.
Universe.
Oh,
I
that's
never heard of that one.
It was recent, and it only went 2 seasons. It was not very well received. I liked it, but
Yeah.
a lot of people did not like it. It was kind of divergent from the formula that they established from the 2 previous TV shows. It was just people just didn't
no
care.
Stargates. People did not like it.
And the fella from who the only movie I can think of right now. He's been in a lot of movies. He was in 28 Weeks Later. One of the main characters in that movie. He was in Stargate Universe, but I can't remember his name. So that was pointless to even bring it up. Sorry.
That's okay. No, I'm enchanted by Stargate knowledge.
The Stargate allows instantaneous interstellar travel using what theoretical concept?
Wormholes.
Correct.
Nice.
Also known as an Einstein-Rosen bridge, in case you ever wondered.
Okay.
Can't think of who
The
thought of
ERB
it,
the
who
ERB.
developed
Yeah, I know
the theory. Some dude. His name. Delivery. It's all in the delivery.
Mike Rowe?
Paul Rosenberg. Saul Rosenberg.
All right, next question. How many...
Chet Universe. He did a lot of good stuff.
How many glyphs appear on a Stargate?
23. I'm not right. He didn't say correct,
care to-
Dave. So
care,
keep going.
well, care to field a guess?
Milky Way or Pegasus?
Milky Way.
39.
That is correct.
All right, awesome.
I didn't know if you were being serious until he replied. You were just making Milky Way or Pegasus. I don't know.
Incidentally, so 7 glyphs.
Dill or bread and butter.
So
Just names of random things.
that was a good answer, Dave.
Thank you. Thank you.
You really know your shit. So for those who are interested, 7 glyphs are used to travel to different planets within our galaxy for a total of over 77 billion combinations. If multiple glyphs can be used, over 137 billion combinations can be dialed in. And then even in the show, they find out that an 8th symbol can be used for intergalactic travel. So you can go to different galaxies, and that gets up into the trillions.
It takes them a long time because it's set up like a high school locker.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I fell asleep the first 30 minutes of the movie because it was just them spinning the giant dial.
Apparently
on Stargate.
apparently you fell asleep counting the number of glyphs on a Stargate because you nailed it. It was 39 right on the money.
I have a confession to make. I kind of want to get a Stargate tattoo. You know how someone in TADPOG chat
shared your butthole.
Yeah,
So good.
yeah, they shared the.
You get a Milky Way and I'll get a Pegasus. It's gonna be great.
Well, I always call you my little Pegasus, so I mean, it makes sense. And I'm your Milky Way.
Get my Milky Way, son.
Someone shared in TADPOG chat the woman who was getting spit first tattooed around her asshole. Do you remember that? I'm sorry, her no hole.
I didn't know. I didn't see that.
And I don't understand. Did she win a contest in spitting? Like, did she take state in spitting? Spit first. I don't understand it.
Well,
Can you explain that to me? Why it would say spit?
I guess
first?
you're gonna get spit roasted. You know, when you're bent over, guy behind you, guy in your mouth, in front of you, spit roasted.
Like at a luau.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And they turn.
The dicks.
Okay.
There's fire. There's turning over the fire.
As our sex calls it, a softcore 3-way.
A softcore.
The
What is
hardcore 3-way is double.
DP and
Yeah,
oral.
double. Yeah, or it's
Not that I know.
Wait,
it's
that would be four people.
double penetration. Yeah, is hardcore a 3-way.
I'd say that's pretty fucking
Hardcore
hardcore.
spit roasted. Yep.
Well, I thought that maybe I would get the Stargate on my no hole.
Yes.
A woman I
do
used
the
to work
tattoo?
with at my last job at the nursing home would talk. She's not a very attractive woman, but she would talk very fervently about how much she loved getting double penetrated.
Oh my.
I love that story. I had a similar experience where I worked.
I was double penetrating this girl, and she was like, "I'm gonna tell everybody at the nursing home." You're like, "Yeah,
Yeah, you are.
I was bragging about it.
this is gonna come full circle."
All right, I have one more question.
We're not done. That was not.
That was-
nine.
I got-
That
No,
was
that
nine.
was good.
question.
I wish you had 10 more. I'm enjoying this.
This one is strictly for Dave, I'm afraid, Tyler, because Dave,
No, don't do
I
that.
came to your house the other day to visit with you briefly, and I asked, we had talked about this game very shortly, and I said, however,
Right.
we're not going to discuss it. However, I have one thing I want you to tell me. And the question was,
Okay.
Dave, on Friday, I asked you to try and identify something that was notably absent from the SNES version of Stargate that we played. What was it?
The Stargate.
Correct. The fucking Stargate was
Does not make an
in the
appearance.
game.
No, it does
now,
not make
I
an
did
appearance.
watch. I did watch the YouTube video, the very end of a playthrough, where someone actually apparently did pick up all of the bomb pieces, and you see a picture of the Stargate.
There's your prize, motherfucker.
It's not animated in any way. It's just a still shot of the fucking Stargate. You can't even see the glyphs on it. The fucking Stargate was not in.
Hey, Jimmy. Did we forget to put something in this game?
No. We got it all.
what
sure?
should we call this?
Yeah, well, we
Machine
got-
Gun and Beatles.
We got we got a pyramid in the front there. We got the cave. We got the other cave. The city, the spaceship, raw.
The Beatles? Did you put the Beatles in, Jimmy?
Yes.
Have you ever seen Stargate? No, have you?
Glider thing.
What?
No, we got it all. That's it. We got it. Wrap it.
What gate?
Let's get to the wrap
Watergate?
party.
Yeah, I'm familiar with Watergate.
Fucking Stargate, not even in the fucking game. Now, if you die a number of times and you lose all your lives, whatever, you go to the continue screen which does also have a picture of Stargate.
There's a password system too.
There's
a weird
password system with glyphs.
Hieroglyphics.
Oh my God. Just how would you even write that down?
This is how I would write it down. Bird, foot, blank, blank, eye.
Because when the game came out, we couldn't exactly take a picture of it with their cell phone.
Yeah,
and be
I
like,
know.
I'll
No,
look at that
you
later.
ask Josh Nance to come over and draw the hieroglyphics, and then it's a fun game to try and guess what he drew to put in the password again.
So I even on
Okay,
the opening,
this is a wet sack. And it's a light bulb. Okay, that's the sack of garlic and peppers. That's a light bulb, Josh.
I love a good Zork. I love a good Zork callback, man.
You're fucking drawing it.
that was Stargate, guys.
Is that all you got on
And
Stargate?
It was disappointing. I have a couple of achievements when we get to that. Are we at that point?
Let's do
It's
it
now.
because I'm out of notes for Stargate as well. Although here's my final note. I wish I hadn't played it
I do too.
to the end.
Just a fucking waste of time.
Yeah, I wasn't like hating it as I was playing it. As I was playing it, I was like, this game is bad, but I don't hate it. And I it's easy. I feel like I could finish it.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm just gonna finish it, and then I can just put another notch on my belt for SNES games beat. So I was like, I'm maybe like 3/4 of the way through, and I'm like, man, this game is not fun at all.
It's
The only
just
reason
worse
I'm gonna
by the
finish
minute.
it is because I feel like I'm close to the end, and I feel like I could beat it,
It's
and then
exactly what I
I'll get
did.
that notch. And then I get to the end, I fight Anubis for the third time, beat him. I'm like, I'm really close to beating this game. All right, let's just push through it. It's still not fun. I go through the door after, like, there's this fucked up maze where it's not really a maze. It's like, here's 4 doors, pick one. One of them leads to the boss, the other leads you back to the beginning of the
You gotta
level.
Run around again. Yeah.
So I finally get to Ra, beat Ra in its first form, beat Ra in his second form. I'm barely alive.
And that is an accomplishment. I cannot stress that enough.
Yeah.
It is tough.
Screen cuts to black. Black, white letters. Mission failed. Did not collect all the bomb pieces. And then it goes to the title screen.
Rage. Rage.
Title
Who
screen.
developed this?
Fucking
This was developed
some
by
Australian company.
the Australian
okay.
company
All right.
whom I'm looking for because I cannot remember.
Where are
Tantalus?
Where are they now?
Tyler, take a guess where they are now.
Defunct.
Ian,
And Tantalus is a Greek. It's a Greek reference.
is it?
Tantalus
It does
is.
sound familiar.
I think Tantalus was the person who was
Tantalized
cursed.
people?
He couldn't eat anymore. Like that was his punishment. All the food that would go toward his mouth would.
Disappear,
Yeah, or something like
vaporize,
that,
or something.
yeah.
I agree with Tyler's assessment that Tantalus is no longer with us or with Australia.
Okay.
Please, God,
Their
tell
failed
me that
foray
they-
into the American market bankrupted the company.
because of Stargate.
Tantalus Media, which has a logo that looks a lot like our Trojan condom brand logo.
Yes, it does.
They are still around.
What?
They were founded in 1994, I guess just to make Stargate. They're like, hey, mate, want to get together and make a video game? And they were like, yeah, let's do it. Which one should we do? Jimmy, has anyone seen Stargate? What? And then they made it.
What do you think, Jimmy Crocodile? I agree, Steve Aries Rock. We are clearly Australian.
We are clearly Australian. Hand me some of those kangaroo chops.
Let's drink Foster's.
There's a shrimp on the Barbie. Someone had to say that eventually.
Thank you. I was going to do it, so I'm glad that
Yeah?
you
All
took
right.
that one for me.
Where's my baby?
A dingo ate my baby.
So yeah, they're still around. The last thing they did was, I guess they handled the conversion.
I'm sorry, guy in Perth, who I don't remember your name, that actually listens. We have an Australian
that was
listener.
terrible.
He loves this. This is a part of the Patreon request to do horrible Australian. Look, there's one thing I love. It's hearing like British people do American accents because it's always John Wayne.
I feel like they're getting a lot.
it's always John
They're
Wayne.
getting a lot better at impersonating us, though.
Yeah.
There are so many people on TV now that I had no idea were British until you see them in an interview and they're British, and it's like, whoa, you're good at American.
I've seen
I'm
that-
terrible at British.
That the Australian accent like lends itself really well to a Southern accent. Mm-hmm. Like you can do it easily. Like Ryan Quanten from True Blood, fucking is
Yeah.
an Australian hipster. Like whenever I saw him in interviews, he's like, "What the fuck?"
So what are they doing now? What have they most recently
They're still
done?
around. Most recently, Ian, thank you for asking. They handled The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD.
What?
That's what they're listed
They
as.
didn't really do any work. They just made.
No, they just took this game and made it high def.
Well, hopefully their talent for
I'm gonna get that
schemes
though
is-
because it has an amiibo with it.
looks so good, and you've got a guide for it.
It's true.
Gave you that guide for that game.
Guys, they're also the developers of Pony Friends and Pony Friends 2.
Oh
you're
yeah,
interested.
good stuff.
I think there's a Reddit
Oh, we're
subreddit
out,
for that called rclop. So if you want to check
Yeah.
out more about
Our
Pony and
Claw.
Pony Friends, go to rclop.
Definitely.
They did the GBA version of the Polar Express.
Ooh.
So there you go. Jump on that. They did Looney Tunes Space Race. They did South Park Rally. They did Wipeout.
Okay.
I know. It's like the earlier that goes back, I mean, the better. Because they also did House of the Dead. And thank you for doing that. Thank you for doing the House of the Dead. Although I thought that was Sega, so maybe they just did, I don't know. Maybe they just did.
They just got them coffee and then said, "No, we're working on Wipeout."
Hey, good day. We're Tantalus.
What's a wipe out, mate?
What are you here to do? Teamwork building exercises. Trust falls.
And they also did Area 51.
God, I love the.
I
shit
know.
out of Area 51.
I did too.
Fuck. I don't know why. You can't go back, but man, I fucking love the shit out of.
You can
Area
never go back
51.
to Area 51. They remove your clearance.
I never played it.
It's bad. Looking back on it, I know it's not a good game, but I played it so.
Did you play it in the
much.
arcade?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where you have to play it.
I've never
It's
played
it
it.
like a
I've never
shooter?
played it
Yeah.
anywhere
Oh,
but
okay.
the arcade.
It's an on-the-rails shooter.
Yeah.
And you got a gun, and you're in Area 51. And that's the end of the
Maybe
story.
I have.
All the aliens look like Halo soldiers, but just a little weird.
Okay.
Did you ever beat it?
I want to say I got really close.
I beat it. I did, but it was on. You remember that birthday party I talked about when I was in middle school where a dude rented it out?
Yeah.
That's where I beat it.
Did it
Because
go-
it took a lot of continues to beat
Yeah.
that fucking game.
Did it go to a fucking black screen and say mission failed? You fucking wanka.
Kurt Russell actually kicked me in the balls.
Oh, okay. He comes out of the game, kicks you in the
Yes.
ball.
It's like in Commando when Hulk Hogan beats that game and it pops open and a white flag comes out. And that one, the side pops open and Kurt Russell's foot comes out and kicks you in the balls.
Man, I forgot to even mention the best thing about this game. The best thing about this game is that it has gifted the world with 16-bit portraits
Oh my
of Kurt
God.
Russell and James Spader.
And-
like, that is the best thing this game has to offer. Because, like, when I saw it, I was like, damn, they spent a lot of time on these portraits.
It's the same.
New Steam
one
profile picture.
Thank you.
remember-
Thank you.
Remember in a previous episode where I mentioned BBS porn?
Yes, I do remember BBS
Those
porn.
fucking images of Kurt Russell that looks like porn that you would see on a BBS in 1991. It
Yeah,
was,
that's where they were lifted.
oh my God. So, and the banter.
It's-
Jack O'Neill would be
It's
like,
hardly.
I can't even begin. I can't even.
The dialogue's really
It's
bad.
We
The
have any more
written
achievements?
dialogue is terrible. I do. I have 2 achievements. First one is the first achievement for Stargate for the SNES is run, Jack O'Neill, run. And to get run, Jack O'Neill, run. You have to figure out how to run.
Yeah, I was happy when I figured that out.
I was too. Because there's a point at which there's a platform that you cannot reach.
Right.
And I'm like, there's got to be a way to run.
You
It's
have to
the
long jump
right
it.
shoulder button, and you run, and then you can jump. And at that point, I'm like, well, shit, I could have used this a long time ago.
I ran through the rest of the game.
Yeah,
like
I
it
did
was
too.
like if I don't have to kill it, I'm not gonna. And
Yep.
I just ran through
Yep.
it.
So you got that achievement. And I have this other achievement, formerly known as Fuck You Stargate, right in your wormhole. Now is known as Stargate, don't do me like that. Stargate! And to get Stargate, don't do me like that. Stargate! You have to finish the game, but don't get all the bomb pieces and get the fucking mission failed screen. Dave
Yeah.
texts me out of the blue today with Stargate, don't do me like that. And then my response to him was, it sounds like you got one of my achievements. Just fuck you and right in your wormhole.
I spent my lunch break finishing Stargate. I broke this game up over 3 days.
Man.
And I spent my lunch break finishing Stargate, and that's how I was rewarded. I had like 10 minutes late, like I'm already 10 minutes late to work, getting back, and it's like, oh, cool. This screen pops up. Awesome. Great. I wasted my entire fucking lunch.
And now I'm losing some income because of you. Thanks a lot.
Dear Tantalus, you owe me some money, I believe.
I could have masturbated 3 times and still been back to work on time.
I put my glasses on and everything.
Man, what's this over here? This is some low-hanging fruit. I'm going to pick this low-hanging fruit over here. And my achievement is someone set us up the bomb. And that's when you collect the bomb and finish the game.
Awesome.
There you go.
Nice.
I've got a couple achievements. The first of which is called Anubis You, or A Noob is You. In order to unlock
Clever.
A Noob is You, lose to Anubis the first time you fight him, or there's another way you can unlock this. It's a little bit harder, but I think you'll find it's worth it. Or play the game for so long in one sitting that you really have to pee, and you have to pause the game and you have to get up and go to the bathroom. On your way into the bathroom, you look in the mirror and you're Anubis. You've been Anubis the whole time. My second achievement is called Ra. If someone asks if you're a god, you say yes. And in order to unlock Ra, if someone asks if you're a god, you say yes. You defeat Ra and get the good ending.
I like that. I like that one a lot.
I got a couple questions.
All right.
Tyler,
Yes, Dave.
I've had a lot of fun today talking about the Stargates, talking about Kurt Russell, just living the dream of Russellfest.
Caves.
In caves. I've got a couple questions to ask you. And then, Ian, I've got one to ask you as well.
Okay.
Tyler, if you were to give this game a beard that sums up how you feel about it, what kind of beard would you give it?
I would give it Kurt Russell's beard from Stargate.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't have one.
Oh.
Does he have a beard in the beginning? Because he's got full mullet in the beginning.
Yeah,
Does he have a beard?
He's,
Because if that's the case,
there's a whole backstory there.
It's a paper thin backstory.
He accidentally killed a kid or something, and
We've all been there. You get over it.
in combat, not like out in front of his house.
I hope the kid was defending himself and it was a righteous battle.
Kid kicked a soccer ball into his front yard.
This kid in combat fucking killed him.
Kid kicked a soccer ball into his front yard, and he just pulled out his Glock and shot him right in the
Guys,
head.
do you know that's how Dennis the Menace ends? I was pretty traumatized as a child.
Shit.
So that's even better if he does have a beard in the beginning, because this game is minus
It
a beard.
quickly goes downhill.
Exactly,
The
immediately.
beard represents your opinion of the game.
It sees a beetle and gets frightened and shrinks away. Tyler,
Yes, Dave.
if you were to give this game a pair of glasses that sums up how you feel about it, what kind of glasses would it be?
Kurt Russell was in Quentin Tarantino's Grindhouse
He was.
in the movie Death Car.
Death Proof.
Death Proof, thank you.
Great movie.
I would have liked Death Car, but a little
The
more,
car
a little
that
more on
kills
the point. So in Death Proof, I give it the windshield that all the 3 attractive girls were splattered up against when Kurt Russell ran into the car.
Man, I've been waiting for you to give a windshield again a real long time.
Man, who was the girl? I think her name was Butterfly in the movie. God, that girl fucking did it for me.
Yeah.
Which one was
So
Butterfly?
hard.
The DJ?
Everything else I've seen her in, or any pictures I've seen her in, just not the same. Like everything I like, that girl was in Death Proof.
Which one was
This
she?
was the DJ, wasn't it?
She was the one who took the guy to the car to make out, but whenever he wanted more, she stopped him or whatever. She had her foot hanging out the window whenever they got in the accident.
My wife used to do that until she saw Death Proof. Nope, I'm never hanging my leg out the window again, because that was awful.
Well, that had Mary Elizabeth Winstead in it, so I looked at no other woman in that movie.
So what glasses?
The
windshield.
The windshield.
Right.
Splatter shield.
I'm not paying attention.
It's okay.
I've got a third question. This is for everybody here, except for me. I want to know how much this game is on Amazon. How much do you think you'd pay for Stargate, the SNES game on Amazon?
I doubt it sold well. But a game based off a movie, I'm sure they made a bunch. I will say $11.50.
$11.50 from Tyler. Ian, How much do you think this game is on Amazon?
I'm going to go a little higher.
Okay.
$18.99.
$18.99. All right. Answers are locked in. The actual retail value of Stargate for the SNES used on Amazon at the time of this recording is $8.83.
Oh, my.
That's a free
Failures
shipping.
all around.
Free shipping. Prime. Wow. Fail.
So there you go. The
The
instruction.
only winner here is me because I didn't play it long enough to beat it. So
That's true.
This is absolutely correct.
The instruction manual on Amazon, $8.99.
So I guess complete in box, it's probably $80.
I just want to stress that the instruction manual is more
worth more
expensive
than
than the game.
Because you need it to understand what the fuck half of the things in the game do.
There were no new copies on Amazon. There was a collector's copy, but that was, I think it was $59. But I don't know what all that included because it wasn't new. I didn't care.
Man, I feel bad for whoever bought the collectors of this game. Ugh.
Well, you get a map of the Stargate, a folded cloth map with the Stargate that you can hang up forever.
With all
Okay, that's
39
right.
glyphs.
I still do have my lunar cloth map over there behind my toolbox.
Right behind all your Stargate posters.
Yep. Oh,
That's all I got, man.
yeah.
Are we good?
Yeah.
Stargate.
Anything else?
Don't play
Nothing
it.
more can be said. Please avoid it. Unless you want to be mad.
Well, you know, if you listen to this, you know it's coming.
Yeah. That's
So
true.
it's not going to fucking slap you in the face like it did
I feel
me.
that we got the full Stargate for the SNES experience.
Yeah.
I think it was designed to piss you off. You know how those Aussies are. They just want to make you mad.
So,
It's their creed, I think.
Yeah.
So we came out with our-
the Yankee mad.
our
That's
Patreon
on their
episode.
flag.
because I wondered, like, did we have any new people to thank on Patreon? Oh, no, it's the second. So we lost 4 people.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yep. We'll get them back at the end of the month. We can go with another episode.
For the record, I upped mine.
I thought
Yes.
so. I thought you did.
We thanked
Yeah,
you
I
for that. Did
appreciate
you hear that?
I'm still
You'll hear it.
I got
On the
8.
way home, you'll hear
okay.
it.
I got 8 minutes left. I didn't know if. I mean, I don't care. I don't. Not
Oh, we
looking
care.
for-
No, that's a big deal. You've doubled your damn Patreon.
yeah, I did.
So thank you for that.
Happy to.
And last I checked, we didn't have any new iTunes reviews, so
No one loves us.
no one loves us.
No one loves us. Womp womp.
So, well, thanks, Blake. Thanks, Blake, for
Yeah.
the wood burning.
Thanks, Blake.
Let's see. Thanks for listening, everybody. You can find the show on iTunes, Stitcher, and SoundCloud. So don't miss the next episode. What are we?
Well,
We're recording 2 things. I don't
yeah.
know what's coming out first.
So it's either going to be Honey Pop, which I thought was Hooney Pop. I thought it was Hooney Pop, and it's not. It's Honey Pop, apparently.
There were 2 O's in it.
Now it's Hunie, which I thought was Hooney.
Is it like poo? Like
So-
poo from Disney?
no, it's like
Is that how he spells honey? No, he spells it HUNNY.
and then Y.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's a game. It's like a puzzle, anime puzzle dating sim.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, one of those.
otherwise known as my wheelhouse.
Right.
So it's
So, it's going to be good. So we're either going to be doing that next, or we're going to be doing Parappa the Rappa.
yeah.
So it'll be one of those. We're going to record both of those. We're supposed to be recording both of those with Rhythm Master Paul Korn and Soul Sister Yarn Sorceress Chandra.
Gotta get back those Patreon.
That's
Is
right.
she coming
money.
here? Are
What's
they
that?
coming?
Yeah,
here?
they're coming here.
I might
So-
stop by just because I want to meet them.
You should.
Yeah.
I want to meet those 2.
Yeah.
And I it's one of those things where we haven't recorded it yet, so I hate announcing guest hosts, and because it's like all of a sudden I am 100% committing them to doing
Right.
this thing, but they said they're going to be
They
here.
said they're so it's all on them. We'll be here.
Yeah, I just want to cover my ass a little bit in case it's just me and Tyler talking about having sex with anime girls.
Or it'll
And then
be,
Honey Pop.
Right.
it'll be an episode of you guys and me sitting over on the couch sulking that I didn't get to meet them. So, of course, I say that I probably won't come.
You can
because
You should.
can play their parts if they're not here.
can you do I have to do it in sexy Chandra voice.
You can do it however you want.
Yeah.
And then Chris Edler can come back down, and then he can be Paul. We'll make
Exactly.
it work.
I
We'll make
love
it work. It'll
this.
be fine.
His BBC. That was so fucking funny.
Let's see. Those iTunes reviews. We were just talking about them.
Yeah.
We've gotten more, and it's great. But please, the thing is, like, we only need more. It only fuels the fires. We need more and more and
Yes.
more. So
Yes.
please go to iTunes, find TADPOG, subscribe, give the show a 5-star rating, write a review.
Go through our Stargate, baby.
Yeah. So
Do
if
it.
there's a game you want us to play, a guest host for a certain episode, a Patreon request, whatever it is, include that in your 5-star written review. And we promise we will get to that.
Eventually. Don't worry, guys. Like Tyler said, we're going to be back. We're going to be talking about some game, probably came from Japan, whichever one it is. In the meantime, you can always find us at tadpog.com. That's where the show notes live. Join us for Russellfest on tadpog.com. There'll be all kinds of Russellfest links in the show notes. That's tadpog.com/Russellfest. You can also find us on Facebook. We're at facebook.com/tadpog. There's a lot of cool people there doing a lot of cool shit. There's been a lot of great discussion about pinball in the comments section
Yeah, there has been.
What a good
the
episode.
pinball episode. So
Good episode, yeah.
if you participated in that chat, thank you. If you haven't, check it out because there's like Chris is on it, man. Someone has a pinball question in the comments. He's like, boom, boom, let me hook you up.
Yeah, I threw a little tidbit out there about a game that I like to play when I was
Bad
a
Cats.
kid, and dude
Yeah.
weighed in on it immediately. He's like, "Yeah, that art is hand painted on there." I mean, it was
Dude knows his shit.
He is good.
Dude knows his shit.
So he was talking about overall, like in the thing of pinball. I mean, I'm really not that good. Like, well, you're the best at pinball I know.
Yeah.
And probably anybody who listens to Tadpog.
Yeah.
So you are the archmage.
You are the
of-
yeah. You could tell he's passionate about it.
Yeah, oh,
But-
yeah.
but just
Absolutely.
by his delivery, he
know.
never missed a beat.
I know. I loved it.
What a great episode!
I loved it.
Good guest. Good guest.
You can also find us on Twitter. We are at tadpog_podcast. It's cumbersome, I realize. Thank you very much to everybody who's been retweeting us recently, like especially the episode announcements, because that, of course, helps spread the word. And like we've mentioned on previous podcasts, I think that those retweets are really helping us out as far as like gaining new listeners. So that's awesome. Thank you very much. And if you're a new listener because you heard about us on Twitter, hi, welcome. You got to hear us talk a little bit about buttholes today. So usually there's more. We
A
promise.
soupçon, a butthole,
Stargate.
We'll do better. We'll do better. We'll talk about buttholes.
a butthole aperitif, if you will.
Please open up a restaurant called Butthole Aperitif.
A butthole canapé. I could do this for a while.
Please. No, I love it.
In the middle, you get your butthole intermezzo.
You can call us if you want. Sometimes we play calls on this show, and sometimes we read text messages. If you'd like to be one of those people, you can call us at 270-883-2555. We do have a Patreon, like we mentioned.
A very small butthole is your butthole a moose bouche.
That's my Tyler. That's my favorite. That's my favorite. If you would like to donate on Patreon, like all the wonderful people who are already doing that, you can go to patreon.com/tadpog. We do a bonus episode each month, which usually is a lot of work for Tyler. So if you want to hear the fruits of Tyler's hard, sweaty labor,
I was done by 11:30. It was still technically Friday.
you can get those bonus episodes by donating at patreon.com. Patreon.com. It's not a
Patreon
con.
daikon. It's what you put in sushi.
What is that?
A daikon, radish, is like the yellow part in sushi.
Oh, I learned something today.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a murder convention. Daikon.
That is also it too.
Yeah. It's in Fargo every year.
Thanks for coming on, Ian. It's
Thanks
a
for
good
having
quiz.
me.
Your Stargate knowledge. It's perfect.
I'm with
it's all
you.
good.
I'm here. I'm here for you. I'm here to try and improve upon what that Australian development company,
Tantalus.
Tantalus, so badly.
They tantalized us with all the 16-bit portraits of Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's just one in the game. I
Just
forgot.
the one.
The one.
Just the one.
See, and I think when you talked about Darkwing Duck being better on the NES, like I think it would have ended up like this had it been for Super Nintendo.
I-
think
Hey,
agree with that statement.
man. Yes. That's a really good point, I think.
Excellent point.
Yep.
I don't know why games end up like this on the SNES, but like unless it has like a really solid direction, it hits this middling ground that's like this.
Then maybe they don't know what to do with the expanded tools or,
Yeah.
or color palette.
There's nothing wrong with being like small, quick, and precise, but
Yeah.
for some reason that just goes out the window on the Super Nintendo in a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
Butthole flambe. Can we do that one?
Butthole fondue?
Ooh.
Oh,
No.
It's cheese fondue. It's fine. It's cheese.
just on your butthole. It's watertight. You're not going to get sick.
Is this going to be hot? Oh, no.
Trust me. Said no one ever.
Don't mind me. I'm just going to pour this cheddar cheese in your Stargate.
You won't be able to come back to the melting pot. That's really about it.
Your wormhole will never feel the same.
Ian, our theme song.
Moves by Sycamore Drive.
Where can a link to that track be found?
Fuck if I know. Oh, wait.
That's all right.
I do know.
Stargate.net.
It's TADPOG. Stargate.jp. TADPOG.com.
All right, Ian.
Show notes.
I want to see truly how hardcore of a fan you are.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Where's Nicole's box?
I don't even know the answer to this.
I don't know.
question.
I
I'll
can
look it up
never
every
remember it. You know, John and I were going into Books.
I mean, you're not going to mail us
today
anything, so it's
no,
fine.
I'll bring it to you. John and I were going into Books A Million for coffee today, and we were listening to you guys to one of the back episodes because he's still catching up.
Yeah.
We had it on in my car, and we both, like the biggest fucking nerds in the world, recited the disclaimer from the beginning of the show out loud, word for word.
God, you just warmed my heart. Like
Word.
really, like just hearing you say that, like I felt this warmness spread from my heart to the rest of my body.
It would have made Taryn happy. I feel like she would have. I feel like she would have said, "Fuck, I was going to do that, but I was too drunk."
Speaking of Taryn,
And I don't know the PO box. I'm sorry.
I got a
know
text
it's
message from
aching.
Taryn very recently from Ben Caruth tweeted at TADPOG Podcast, at Patreon, at Taryn Up Texas. Need more Taryn. Chick is fucking hilarious. Cheers, mates. And she sends me, haha, no more Miller. Hashtag more Taryn. So if there's anything you want to send to cram in Nicole's box, it's TADPOG Studios, care of Nicole Nance, P.O. Box 3785, Paducah, Kentucky 42002.
I knew that.
Spit first.
I knew that. Spit first. on my Stargate.
She wants, or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that is lubrication before you stick it in there.
I
Okay,
think that's
all right.
That's I think
Oh, I
that's
thought
the answer I was looking for.
Yeah.
I was hoping that was not an unknown.
I was already
riffing on that. I knew it. I didn't want to be like, well, duh, you spit on the butthole.
I mean, the girl.
Hey, you know in Stargate where they have to spit on the thing first, and then they have to be like, Stargate, at any time this gets too intense, let us know, and James Spader will not go all the way in you.
I think people are proficient in anal. They know just spitting on it's not enough. It's not enough to have a comfortable anal experience.
Nor is it preferred, I don't think.
No. This is just good. It's just good. No. That's that's easing on in right there. That's all you need.
Did you get it?
There, you lubed up enough. Just glide right in. Just. How you want to close this out?
I think Ian should choose. Since you're the guest, Ian, I think you should choose.
Like a guy who just fucking played all the way through that piece of shit game and didn't have all the bomb pieces.
Okay.
So it's very similar to getting fucked in the ass with a little lubricant
Yeah.
At the urinal.
at the urinal. You'll get that in just a second.
Made the stinger.
So until next time.
What the fuck? Shoulder to shoulder. Mm-hmm. It's one of those things you have to get. Fucking, I'm standing there pissing, and the dude next to me, who is a good 6 inches taller than me, longer, I don't know. He says, just as loud as can be, man, is there any more vulnerable place you can possibly be than standing there taking a piss? It's like someone could just come in here and rape you in the asshole. I'm like, yeah.
Please tell me we were recording.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm gonna tell that story. It's gonna be a stinger. 'Cause as soon as you said, like, go to the bathroom like you do, I immediately quickly pulled up on that and hit record.
Well, I guess I could have saved it for the show, but I've got plenty of. I got too much fucking
Stargate.
Stargate for that ass. But yeah, and I don't know what to do. I'm just like,
Yeah.
Laughing like,
Yeah.
please hurry, please come out, pee. I might have a wet leg.
Did anyone? I mean,
The other guy was fucking laughing
Yeah.
like the other guy.
the other guy started raping him in the ass. It's like they had like an elaborate routine that they had performed before I got there.
Oh wait, someone's coming in. Here we
Let's
go.
do the thing. Let's do the ass rape thing. Tyler,
Yes, Dave.
this is stinger number 2 or maybe stinger number 1.
Okay.
I forgot something again.
Okay.
I forgot something again.
As soon as you said, "Oh wait," I knew what it was.
Yeah, I do. You do, because like I didn't make it all the way to my car and down your driveway this time. It was the moment you hit the stop. I was like, oh, I forgot a thing.
Oh, this has got to be the YouTube thing.
I'd like to do a little segment that we like to call YouTube comments presented by Orange Fanta's Money. Quote number 1.
Nazi gold. All right.
Quote number 1. These are from videos of Stargate for the SNES on YouTube.
Right.
So much difficulty for finding. I playing in 2000, 2001. Finally, I find this game. Perfect game.
Must be from Australia.
I saved the second for
Or
best.
Eastern Europe.
This is my favorite. I love this. I love this, love this, love this. I know Judge Dredd was an okay movie, but the SNES game was fun. And why they did remake Judge Dredd.
I am glad you brought that up. I was actually going to do something to try and get you.
You're trying to trap me?
I was gonna get you, just see if you
I'm gonna
catch
get you,
it.
Dave.
I was gonna go on to this YouTube video and leave a comment for Stargate of is like Contra needs
It's like Contra and Mario.
is like Contra and Mario. Not much more content. I was gonna try and find that. Quote that in there.
Stargate from yeah to yes.
I wanted to do that and I forgot all about it.
Trump for the 2016 president.
And he'd be like, "Wait, it's Chandler 7. You son of a bitch."
You guys are going to like this one a lot. Here's the last one. What the fuck does this have to do with Stargate? I don't remember that O'Neill walked down in some caves and killed some insects. WTF, man!
Yeah.
That's the most on point one.